What is up, guys? It's Joe here. I make tech interview videos on YouTube, and here I'll explain how to design a queue in 5 minutes. So the main functions of a queue is that you can enqueue and dequeue items. So essentially, enqueuing an item, we'll just add it here into the queue, as you can see, and we're adding from the back every time. And then when we dequeue an item, we are just going to be removing it from the front. So 2 goes, then 4, then 6. And you can see that this is going to be a structure that the first element that comes in will be the first one that leaves the actual data structure. And the way we'll be implementing it, as I showed here, so these are going to be linked list nodes that will point to each other. So you can see 2 points to 4, and then 4 will point to some other value like 5. And 5 will just be our reference for the back here, and then front will just point to 2 here, which is the front. And essentially we'll just be adding to the back anytime we need a new node. So like say we add 6, we add to the back, and then whenever we dequeue, we will just be removing the reference to the front and just moving it over. So in order to do that, we'll be using a node data structure. This is pretty common. So this data structure will have a reference to the next node. And then here we'll have the actual data structure itself, the queue, and we'll have a front, we'll have a back, and then we'll have these 2 functions that we need to implement. So for enqueue, when we enqueue an item, so let's just take the case where we have nothing. So if the back, since we're going to be adding to the back, if there's nothing in the back, that means that the back should go ahead and I can put this on a new line. So back should be whatever the new value should be equal to whatever the new value is. So let's say it's 3 here. We add that there. And then you can see here that front is now null, where it should be tracking along with the back. So we'll go ahead and say that front is now going to be equal to the back. So in the other cases, like in this case, where we have actual elements in the queue, we want to go ahead and make a new node, so 7 or whatever value is going to be. So we'll go ahead and new node with whatever the value is. And we want to say back.next is going to be equal to the new node. And then we want to say that the new node is now the back. So, or the back is now the new node. So again, here we're saying that create the new node 7. We say back.next is going to be pointing to this new node here 7, and then just move over the back to the new node. And that'll be it for dequeue or for enqueue. And then for dequeue, what we say here is that, let's take the case where we have nothing. So if we have nothing here, then the front is null, and we just want to return like -1 to denote that there's some error that happened here. Otherwise, we'll say that so let's go ahead here and add a value. So we have some value there. So then we'll just take the value from the front so that we can return it, and then say that front is going to be equal to front.next. And so you can see here, once we remove it, back will still have a reference to 1. So we want to, in the case where the front is equal to null, it ends up becoming null, we just want back to track along with the front and make it null. And then we just return the value. And that's about it. So it's, again, nice, quick implementation. Pretty easy to do in actual interviews. But yeah, that's it. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want more stuff like this. And see you guys.